Chances are you are here because you're interested in information pertaining to how to rock your first pop-up shop. Am I right? Am I right? Guys, it's Trisha and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you tips and ideas on how to rock your first pop-up shop based off my very own experience. But before we get into this video, make sure to like and leave a comment on this video, and also subscribe to my channel for more beauty, lifestyle, and fashion content. Be sure to turn on your post notifications so that YouTube notifies you every single time I drop a new video. Now let's get right into this video. For those of you who may not know, I launched my hair company, L&K Beauty, earlier this year in February. This will be video number 2 of my entrepreneur series. If you haven't seen video number 1 yet, I'll go ahead and link that video up here for you to check out. When we first launch our business, and even before that, we understand that an essential part to our business becoming successful is by getting our names and products out to the people who are looking for the items that we sell or make. Marketing is extremely important to growing a small business. While there are several ways to market your business, a pop-up shop is the perfect opportunity for spreading the word about your company, and it allows others to have a visual of your products as well as offer a chance to make a connection with a potential customer and also make sales. So now, with that being said, my very first tip to you is to research and plan ahead. Before attending or hosting a pop-up shop, you need to identify your target audience and make sure the event caters to that crowd. This is very important because if your audience is not in attendance at that event, this could leave you not being able to connect with people or make sales, and overall will probably cause you not to have a good experience. So for example, because I run a hair company and my target audience is generally women, events cater to things like hunting, computer equipment, or sports equipment would not be ideal for my business. My chances of success at one of these kind of pop-up shops is very slim. Think about it. If you want to go out and buy shoes, are you going to go looking for them at a furniture store? No, probably not. It's the same thing when it comes to pop-up shops. Set yourself up for success. Find the shops who cater to the people who are looking for you. Tip number 2. Make sure you advertise. So once you have found an event that is suitable for you and your business, you need to start advertising. You want to do this in advance. Create posts on all of your social media accounts. You can even post in like groups on Facebook or even use hashtags on Instagram. And then you also want to tell any and everybody that will listen. You can also create flyers and pass those out as well. No matter how you choose to promote this event, make sure you promote it. Now, when I did my first pop-up shop, my very first mistake was not promoting enough. I did post on my social media accounts, but not enough. And when I did post, my posts were very general. You want to give people something to look forward to and also something to want. So when you go to promote yourself, don't do what I did and just say, hey, meet me here. Nobody cares that you're going to be anywhere. Make sure you put up a lot of pictures and engage with people and let them know that the products that they now want will be available for purchase at this event. Tip number 3. Set your goals and expectations. You need to know what you want to get out of the event. Whether your goal is to make sales or a certain amount of money, or if you now want to promote a new product that you just launched, you need to have some type of goal in mind for you and your business. For me, my goal wasn't focused on making money. Although I did make 12 sales at my first event, and that was awesome, my goal was simply to get L&K Beauty on the minds and on the lips of other people, and to also network with people. I really wanted to gain experience from the event and also learn from other vendors and customers as well. Seeing other vendors work helps you get a better idea of what you actually want to do or don't want to do. At pop-up events, you're able to see how customers shop, see what they kind of like. That way you know how to set up for your next event, because this helps you better understand how you need to promote to your audience. Tip number 4, decide on what type of payment options you will have available. So it's a great idea to offer different payment methods. You need to decide if you want to accept cash. If you do, make sure you bring cash and smaller bills along with you in the event a customer needs change. You don't want to lose a sale because somebody wanted to buy a $10 item and they only had a $20 and you didn't have change. So at that point, you will really only have 4 options. Option number 1, lose the sale. Option number 2, hope they want to purchase more items. Instead of them purchasing that one $10 item, hope that they'll purchase 2 of those $10 items, and there everything is even. Option number 3, you can refer them to a card payment option or do something like Cash App or Zelle. Option number 4, hope and pray that they return to purchase that item with exact change. If you are using some type of card reader, make sure you test that card reader out prior to the event to make sure you know how to use it. And also make sure that it is completely charged, and make sure before the event starts that you're able to connect it to Wi-Fi. So when I attended my first event, I brought my extra cell phone and I also had my computer, both equipped with internet, so I was able to connect in the event that the Wi-Fi malfunction. You want to look as professional as possible. So if you don't know how to use something or it's just not working properly, people automatically assume that you don't know how to operate in your business. It's also a good idea to print out your QR codes, and that way people can just go ahead and scan the code and pay that way. Also, decide if you want to offer deals. I know that a lot of people, when they do pop-up shops, they have like bundle packages or deals to be more enticing to people. But if that is something that you want to do, set that up in advance. That way you have all the details you need and the pricing available and ready to go. Tip number 5, create an experience for the customer. Make sure you stand out. You want your table or your booth to be very inviting. Really want to catch somebody's attention right away. So for my table, I added and I also had like cookies and mints, because one of the best ways to get anybody's attention is to offer something free. They usually don't care what it is as long as they don't have to pay for it. If you can do sample products, that will be super beneficial to you, because customers like to get to try stuff. They get to test it. It gives them something to do. And it also helps them decide right away if they want to purchase or not. For my table, I had a mirror for anybody wanting to try on sunglasses. I wore a set of my press-on nails to demo. I was taking them off, putting them back on. And I also wore the hair that I sell. People are very, very attracted to tangible and pretty things. Do whatever you need to do to engage the shopper. And that leads me into tip number 6. Bring everything you need to promote your products. Think about each and every product that you offer. Decide on a way to make it look attractive at your table, and also think about how you're going to release it to the customer. So for example, I wanted to sell some of my lashes. I made sure to bring at least 5 of the 4 different style lashes that I offer. I had also already pre-made my lash kits and already assembled bags that included thank you cards and business cards in case anybody was ready to purchase. That way there was no wait time. All you needed to do was tell me which one you wanted. It would go into the bag and there you go. They didn't have to stand and watch me assemble anything, and it was attractive on a stand. In order for a customer to know what they want, they need to see it. It needs to be appealing to them. I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick list of all the products that I absolutely needed. I'll also insert some pictures and clips and things like that of the things that I actually did use, so you know where I got them from and where you can get them from. Alright, so the first thing is table and a chair. You need to know if the host of the event will be providing tables and chairs, or if you need to get them yourself. If you do need to get tables and chairs, it's a good idea to have an idea of the space size. That way you know what size table you need to get. Display stands. Products look so much more appealing when they are sitting nice and at different eye levels. When everything is just flat on the table, it doesn't look that attractive. It looks very boring. I also suggest tablecloths and a table runner. That just gives it a nice professional look. You're gonna need some type of signage that displays your product name or description, and as well as the price. The last thing you need is to have 10 people at your table at one time, and they all want to know what something is or how much it costs. Your attention cannot be given to 10 people at one time. So already having that signage already lets people know what it is, so they're kind of already deciding on if that is something that they want or need. Have some type of banner or something that displays your company name and logo. It's a good idea to have a banner or a sign that is large enough for people to see before they actually get to your table. It does not have to be this big huge thing. It just needs to be recognizable to somebody who is not directly in front of you. Business cards and thank you cards. I had business cards that I provided to everyone who purchased something or not. So even the people that did not want to buy anything, if they came to my table to look, I handed them a pack of cookies with a card on top at the same time, because they're gonna take that free stuff. Just in case in the future, if they needed the type of product that I sell, they would already have my contact information and know how to find it and can find me. You're also gonna need some type of bags and packaging supplies. You wanna make sure you have bags and packaging supplies. What you don't wanna do is your customer purchase, let's say 5 or even 1 item. What you don't want them to do is have to walk around with an item in their hand. You want to give them a bag, preferably a bag with your logo and website on it already. For me, I had bags that already had my label on it. Now, to each his own, you can do this or not. For me, I wanted people at the event to have the same type of experience that I offer on a day-to-day. The way that I package my products that I send out to people is the same way I've released packages from the pop-up shop. Everything needed to be pretty. Everything needed to read L&K Beauty. I wanted everybody who shopped with me to still have an L&K Beauty experience. Decorations. Decide on what type of decorations you want to have, but keep in mind you don't want to have too much. You just want a little bit something to give your table a little extra oomph to it. Again, make it look attractive. So for me, I used lights. I used confetti in my business, in my logo colors. And I also use feathers, which is a signature item with everything that I send out to everybody. Everything has a feather attached to it. Therefore, feathers were on my table. You want to keep the branding. Don't just put a bunch of stuff on the table because it looks pretty. Make sure it coincides with what your business theme. Storage. You want to make sure you have somewhere to store all of your extra products that you brought. All of your boxes you may have took some things out of, the bags you may have took items out of. You need a place to put that. So for me, I brought everything that I had in a large tote, and I think I had maybe 1 more extra box, which was packed up very nice. Everything was nice to go, right? When it came time for the event, because everything was all kind of together in that tote, some things I had to shuffle around for, and I didn't like it very much. I worked it out, but it would be a lot more helpful if I had a thought about how I would store things. The last thing that you're absolutely going to need are your products. So anything outside of that is pretty much optional, I think, unless you run a different type of business. Like I said, I have a hair business, so I didn't have to have too much. Okay, tip number 7. Do a practice run at home before the event. You want to do a practice setup at home so that you know exactly how you want your table to look, how much product you need on the table, how much is too much, and how much is not enough. You want to be very careful about overcrowding your table. Doing a practice run prior to will help ease the stress of feeling rushed during setup, because there is not a lot of time given prior to. Just doing a practice run will give you peace of mind. I did a mini practice run, but I wish I would have done an actual setup. While overall I think my first pop-up shop was a success, I'm going to give you a few recommendations of things that I didn't do or didn't execute well, so that you can possibly have a better experience and a better outcome. If you sell hair, have a sample. With hair being more expensive, people want to touch it. They want to manipulate it. They want to kind of see the behavior of it and make sure that there's no tangling or shedding that they can see right off the bat. What I ended up doing is opening up a pack of hair that I had for sale. I wanted people to test it, but I do recommend that you have bundles or a bundle set aside just for this purpose, because once you open a bundle of hair, you have to just kind of understand that that hair is not going to be as sellable as the new ones, and you may not want to send it out anyway because it's not going to look fresh. It's going to look used, and it becomes now just a sample bundle. So my next recommendation is to make sure your table stays cute and neat the whole time. It needs to stay presentable. You do not need to have tons of products on top of your table. Again, be cautious about overcrowding. It is very unattractive. For me, I would notice points in the event and where my table didn't look that neat, because I would be showing one person something, showing another person something else, or somebody else would just come up and grab something else. So these products were not back in their original places. They were just kind of put down. It didn't look terrible, but that is just something that for the next event I know to kind of get a handle on a little bit better. Another thing that I do recommend is to bring printed flyers. You kind of want to have flyers to list all of the products that you sell and your website and contact information. And again, this is for people who may not purchase something right away. At least they will know everything that you have to offer. They could potentially take that information to somebody else who will use it. So another thing that I recommend, something that I did want to do but I kind of ran out of time, get shirts made for you and anybody that's going to be helping you with the event. This helps continue your branding, and that way when you step away or one of your helpers step away, they continue to take your business name wherever they go. It's still promoting your business, which is something that, again, small businesses must continue to always do to grow. We have to promote and market. I really do hope this information was helpful to you, and if it was, make sure to go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, and also leave a comment if you have any other questions or comments on this topic. Make sure to go ahead and share this video with any of your business friends or anybody that you know that are thinking about starting a business or has just started a business or may already be in their business. You know, information is information. And also go ahead and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.